Good evening. I haven't posted anything in a while, which tends to happen with me because I get kind of caught up in real life and forget about YouTube. But those of you that follow me on Twitter know that we are at a, I don't know what the word is for it. Cinda is almost 15 years old, so, you know, you can do the math. She had a seizure not long ago. I will not post any video of that. It is quite possibly the second one that she's had in 6 months. So while there's no real action needed on that, the aging process is happening. What we suspect that has caused, she's had one confirmed seizure, 2 suspected in 6 months. What we suspect is that there could be a small tumor causing it, or, you know, her cognitive, you know, she's almost 15, so we are treating that appropriately. And I just thought that I would take a moment and share with you some of the things that I'm doing in conjunction with the vet to help keep her more comfortable. And if you have Cinda is a boxer, and if you know, remember, Cooper was a boxer shepherd mix. I have larger dogs. I don't have the largest, but I have larger. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that we have been using to help her. And I'm on the tail end of a migraine, I hope, because it has whooped me pretty much all day long. So please keep that in mind and bear with the words. The first thing that we added, and I really, really wished I'd been more consistent with this, when she was a younger puppy. They recommend from the time that they become adults. I didn't really know this as well as, I mean, you live and you learn. She should have been on joint medicine a lot sooner consistently than what I had her on one. She was on one. It was just kind of like I'd forget more than I do now. Cooper was on one. I just would forget more than I would give it to him. Just being transparent. The biggest difference that when we started adding, she went through another medicine, and then I got Glycoflex this time because I like it better. It seems to work better for her. We are opting to supplement more than medicate at this point. I just have purchased these turmeric and curcumin soft chews. If I'm saying turmeric incorrectly, I apologize. It just is what it is. I'll be adding those probably tonight or probably first thing in the morning. I was just putting X amount of turmeric in her food. Opted to kind of go for something that's a little bit more measurable, we'll put it that way. That also helps with pain. It helps with the immune health. It helps with joint support and the skin. We ran into, she's itchy, and it's not due to fleas. We have to be conservative with how we treat fleas this year and moving forward with her, because she will not receive any more vaccinations. That's just a decision that the vet made, and my cat is going cuckoo, so that, you know, we just kind of opted to do nothing to suppress her immune system. So with flea medicine, we have to be very, 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 very cautious. And at this point, she will receive no more in bath or in the shower baths. We're working on figuring out how to do that. We have to kill a cat in the middle of this. I have the orneriest cat. We'll talk about him one day. Anyway, the other thing that I added that has really helped her tremendously is this specific brand of krill oil. She had another fish oil brand. It did not seem to do as much for her as this. So I strongly recommend you can get all 3 of these first products from Amazon. I strongly recommend if you have actually any age dog, I think it's over 12 weeks, I recommend that you start them on it. These are things that I wished I had known. As a, you know, when things that, because it's things, looking back even, it's stuff that would have made Cooper more comfortable too. And I wished I would have, I knew a little bit. The vet, you know, we talked about a few things, but we did not delve into, because we didn't really, I mean, he was gone before we really had a chance to, and other things were going on, and I didn't have a chance to have all this time to research and all that neato stuff. So, and I know that I'm shaking the phone. I really don't mean to. If I'm making you sick, I apologize. But anyway, we'll move on. I put a vitamin E in her food, just one, every day. That's all that she needs of this. This, it is topical because she does have alopecia, so, and drier skin. So we put, you know, a few drops of that. Coconut oil, the same thing. We mix, these either can be mixed together with some olive oil or something of that nature. Either, let me back up. This doesn't go in her food. The coconut oil and olive oil, we do put a small amount in her food, and it can be put on her skin. We have been going with the vitamin E per itchy spot more than anything, and it seems to be the most effective. Now we just put on board the melatonin, and I'm using, we started with this because this was the lowest dose that we could find. Wanted to go, yes, some with supplements, some that are designed for humans can be used for animals. We started her with 3 because she started to pace and things during the night, and she's not in pain. It's just, it's a doggy dementia, quote unquote, type thing. It's the aging process, and it's not to necessarily stop her from pacing. It's just to make her more comfortable, and the melatonin will also treat the alopecia. I didn't know this until just a couple of days ago, and that's the biggest reason why we brought the melatonin on board. And she technically should have way more than what I'm giving her, but I don't want, with everything else, putting something new into everything, I don't want to overwhelm her or put something that may react with something or something like that. So we're very cautious. Everything gets ran by, the vet and I speak often, and she pretty much has the final input on everything that we do. Everything that we're doing right now is approved by the vet. Very much so approved by the vet. I'm very, very, very aware of, we decided Comfort Care because this is where we are. Palliative care, keeping her comfortable until we have to make another decision. Now, this does help her to relax in the evening. Of course, she has one actual prescription, and for a 14, she's like a month shy of, well, February she'll be 15. So it's 2 months shy. I think if it, just a few weeks shy of 15. She takes what is called carpofrin. I can't say the name of it. It's like doggy Motrin. I've read about the medication. I'm not 100% thrilled about it because, you know, there are some studies that show that XYZ can happen. Yeah, So, also bought her actually 6 milligrams of a canine formula melatonin, and basically all that it is that it's flavored. Also came off of Amazon. This way, you know, this one I can give to her just for, it's beef flavored, so it can go just from my hand to her mouth if it's not a hard chew like the Geico Flex is. The Geico Flex I have to put in our food. Now, we're going to go and cover the rest of this. I can't believe it's been 10 minutes just talking about how we're treating my dog. Be right back. I'm also going to include a clip because it tickled me a lot. Monday is generally when I wash her blankets, and you all will probably say, well, why doesn't she have a bed? She doesn't like one. After her second seizure, and again, we have 1 confirmed seizure, 2 suspected. So when I say after her second, the first one was not confirmed. So that's where we are. The reason why her treatment is no more aggressive than it is because 6 months elapsed between the possible episodes. So understand that. Both times she was seen by the vet. I had a twin mattress that I actually, there's a trundle bed in my spare bedroom, and we took the twin mattress out of the trundle and fixed it for her. It lasted for maybe a week or so. She was done with it. She didn't like it because it was too bouncy. We put Ian's crib mattress in here, same thing. Week or so, she was done with it. She's sleeping in the floor. So with that in mind, she loves her blankets. She always has. She likes to root and scoot them around and all that neat stuff all night long. So we just let her have it. So when you see the picture, you're going to see, when I told her it was time to wash her blankets, that's what you're going to see. Thank you so much. Okay, now we're going to do this pretty quickly, and if you will, kind of like the around mess, ignore that. I just am completely out of room right now. She gets a cup of dry Senior Blue food and a can of the Senior Blue. We're getting ready to cut that down into 2 serving, a can back into 2 servings. That's where she was at first, but it was just easier to get the supplements and stuff down her with the full can. But I've noticed in the last few days that she's not quite eating as much, so, and it's okay, because she went to 2 full feedings in the day, whereas she used to get like the can and then the dry. You know, she always had the dry accessible, so if she finished with the dry, she got more dry. We've kind of had to cut that down because her activity level is not the same. So in her dry food, she does get chia seeds. She gets the, I think it's 2 tablespoons, which is the serving. We've worked up to that point. It helps her, the vet approves. Chia seeds are wonderful for a whole lot of things, and they're wonderful to keep her from getting constipated and things of that nature. We do shelled hemp seeds. I think she gets 2 of those. Oh, I forgot to bring her oil over here. And flaxseed meal, and she does have a hemp oil that the vet prescribed her that goes in with 1 meal. Now, when she gets these, it's usually in the morning, because it's usually when she's up more during the day. So it helps keep her comfortable. It helps keep her, the chia seeds help keep her clean out, if you follow what I'm saying. She gets oatmeal, not gobs of oatmeal. She gets a small amount of oatmeal. She could actually, I could actually give her some cinnamon. There's a couple other things that, if we do add cinnamon, there's a couple other things that I got to research first. the point of me making this video is to let you know that there are ways that you can really help your animals lead better lives and not necessarily have to throw a medication at them. Lost my thought. I do make her chicken, sweet potatoes, pumpkin is a regular in her food, even mixed in with this. And whenever I say an ingredient, I'm not talking a can. I'm talking, you know, like a tablespoon of potatoes, blueberries, all things that are really good for her and that have helped her. Now, the cold weather is like a nightmare for her. So we are trying to take preemptive measures to keep her from suffering as much. She has really bad arthritis, and it didn't really start to show as much until this year. So, you know, it's a new hurdle. Like I said, she had joint supplements before, just not as good as they should have. And the whole purpose of sharing this with you is hopefully that if you have an animal, we are all human and we are all learning. She always got things like oatmeal and stuff like that. I'd mix it with peanut butter and pumpkin and let it be just something different to keep food fatigue from happening. Oatmeal has soothing properties as well as bulking up stool properties, and that bulking, the reason why she's always gotten oatmeal is because she has issues with her anal glands, and it's maybe been once this year that she's even had a smell with her glands. They've not had to be expressed. Her stool is doing what it should do. It's expressing the gland by itself. So just a whole lot of little neato things that you can do. The CBD oil stays on top of the refrigerator. This usually is in the cabinet, but I had a migraine and it's just kind of here for tomorrow morning because I'm running on stupid at this point in time. And yes, stupid is an ugly word and we don't generally say it, but I'm kind of, I guess, autopilot. So anyway, I just thought I'd post this. If you think about it, do say a little prayer for her, because this is a scary time in her life as well as ours. If you don't know, Cinda has been my self-trained therapy dog. She alerts for not only my migraine and vertigo before I ever have aura, but she also will alert for my daughter. And so she has worked hard, and she's been a very good dog for us. And being at this stage in the game is really difficult. And, you know, the decisions after this are, you know, do we get another dog? Do we, you know, what do we do? And while that's on our minds and everything like that, our biggest focus is making sure that the Queen has the best retirement that we possibly can give her. So I don't have an Amazon link or an Amazon affiliate, anything like that. If I did, I would, because honestly, anything right now, everything is going to her care, and that's just that. Everything that we, you know, we're focused on her care. And it's going to come into play with more of our cats as well. But we know where we're the path that we're on with Cinda. Now, if it comes down to a recommendation, I'm going to tell you straight up. This brand has been, we switched to Blue not long after we moved into this house, and it's been 11 years. Actually, might have been before we moved into this house. We used to use, I can't think of the name, Nutramax. And I like Nutramax. It's a good food. It's a really good food. They had a recall And that's the reason why I ended up switching to blue, and we just never went back because all of my animals did so well on it. So anyway, there's probably about 20 minutes of just information on things that you can feed your dog, and they will help them. Just whenever I added the chia, things on a more consistent basis, just the things that you see right here on my counter, plus the joint, the joint supplement, did wonders for her. So, some days she's slow moving around, and some days she's just kind of, she's got her groove back, so to speak. So y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to clip this together, load it for you. Still got things to finish in the kitchen. I don't feel good. Things are starting to calm back down in our world, so hopefully we can maybe get a video recorded tomorrow or something like that, and update you on how things are going with everybody's favorite EJ. So y'all have a great day. Remember, I am the mayor's daughter. I love y'all oh so very much. I'll see you. Bye.